Hi there, welcome to another tutorial. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually used my balloons, and hopefully nothing will go wrong today. I'm going to be showing you how to make this bird. I call him Beaky. I just think he's quite cool. Quite simple to do, but there are a couple of tricky techniques. Most of them are fairly standard. I think the hardest part is the beak. So I'll show you that definitely as we go through in slow motion, hopefully. So you will need, before we start, a 321 yellow or whatever colour you choose. You'll need a couple of balloons for the eyes, so I've got a 5-inch white round and a small bit of black 160 for the pupils. You'll also need a 5-inch round for the head. I'm using this tiger print head, which is quite nice, but a plain one will do just as well. You'll need a white or whatever colour you choose, 350 or 360 for the body. Then you'll need 260s for the feet. Doesn't matter how inflated that is really, I'm not going to use it all. A 260 for the tail and the wings, so that's nearly all the way inflated, maybe a couple of fingers at the end there, and a scrap of 260 for the final bit of tail. And that's it really. There's not an awful lot else that you will need other than a bit of practice perhaps. So the first part, once we've got the head inflated, and may I suggest that it's important that you get the head part inflated first, okay, because you'll see why in a moment, but do get the head part inflated. It's about just over around that really, and I've tied the nozzle there so that I've got a bit of play so that I can squeeze that balloon up there. That's going to be important in a moment. Okay, so inflating the 321, it's important to start inflating at the opposite end. So you want to put the balloon all the way onto the pump and then start inflating that way. Now, depending on the size of beak you want, that's about as much as I need. In fact, I'm going to take out a little bit more air than that. Just squeeze out a bit. Now, and make sure it goes down to the end. Then I'm going to tie it, but I'm going to leave maybe about a finger's worth of balloon left so that I can squeeze some air down into there. Hope that makes sense. So now, keeping the air at this end, trying to get rid of that tip, I'm going to decide how long I want my beak. Maybe a bit longer than that. And then the rest is going to get split into two. Okay. Try and make them even size. These will become the cheeks of the bird. I'm then going to take the nozzle, wrap around, and pass the nozzle through to lock it in place. And then I'm going to split these, one way, one the other way. Okay, now you can see why, perhaps, you need the head ready, for obvious reasons. I'm not going to say any more than that, but I bent it to give that beak shape. I'm going to put that down and away at the moment. I'm going to take my head and I'm going to split it so that I've got a smaller bubble on the bottom and a larger bubble on the top. This will be the top of the head. And then I'm going to feed that bubble around the cheeks of the first balloon. Okay, I'm going to do that now. And I'm literally passing it around. And at this point, it's a safer balloon again. Okay, so it doesn't look very bird-like at the moment. We need to add the eyes. So again, for the 5-inch round, it's only maybe 3 inches inflated, 3 fingers inflated, and I'm going to put a hand either side of the nozzle and I'm going to split that into two, getting them even, and then wrap the nozzle around a couple of times, and then I'm going to take that nozzle straight into the head of the bird and wrap it around the cheek. Okay, and again, fairly standard techniques. These nothing earth-shattering. It's just about putting the components together in the order that you like. So now we're beginning to look more bird-like. I just want to take my black for the eyes. I'm going to put it up here so you can see It's not hidden against my jumper. There, I'm going to tie those two together, like so, and then I'm going to split them. One twist the one way, one twist the other way to create that pupil effect, and then I'm going to wrap those into the head as well. The other side of the nozzle and wrap it the other side. I always probably over wrap. I don't do this for a living, this is a hobby for me, but when I do give out balloons and when I do the odd event, I do like to make it as child-proof as possible. So there we go, that's the head of the bird. The next part is the body and attaching that to the body. So I've inflated the white and I've left quite a long nozzle so that I can attach it here, and then we're going to apple twist it, or what's the other name for it now? It's been a while. I'm going to push it in and twist it around to secure that. Let me show you what that means, what I do. So I've tied those two together, and I'm going to grab this nozzle bunch here and push it into the balloon. Grab it and twist around, and I'll try and do that so you can all see. So I've made the balloon soft, and I'm going to push my finger into the balloon as far as I can really get it, and grab that nozzle bunch, twist around. Now, the further you push that in, the bigger the collar you'll get on your bird. In this particular case, I've got quite a narrow collar. Here I've got much wider collar. It just seemed to work better the first time round, as always. Sod's law. However, it doesn't matter. That's the securing point for the head to the body. Then you need to decide the length of your body. I'm going to go for about a hand span length. And I'm going to get rid of the rest, but I'm going to leave quite a long bit at the bottom so that I can tie that off and tie my feet to the bottom. So I've got my yellow feet, 6 feet tied in. I'm going to start the feet with a pinch twist. So I'm going to do about a 1 finger bubble and wrap it around. That creates that nice pinch twist. And then 3 fingers followed by a 1 finger pinch twist. Now I do feet loads of different ways. I do maybe a pinch twist, a bubble, a pinch twist for the toes. In this case I'm going to do 3 pinch twists. So another 1 inch finger bubble and another 1 finger bubble to create my 3 toes. And then create another 2 or 3 finger bubble to finish the foot off, and wrap that into the pinch twist. And that finishes that foot off. And now all I need to do is make the second foot in the same way. Start off with a 3 finger bubble, pinch twist, another pinch twist. For those of you who are not sure what a pinch twist is, it's a bubble. You put that together with the other bubble, pull up a bit and twist round. At first, if it's the first one you've ever done, scary as, it's surprising how quickly you adapt. And then about 2 finger bubble again to finish, and then back into the pinch twist. A couple of times round, and then we can break this off. Woo! And get rid of it. Should be a surprise. Fortunately it was the wrong bit, right bit that burst and not this bit. Okay. And then it's just a matter of arranging the feet so that everything's pointing the right way. Okay. We're nearly finished. We've just got to add the tail and the feathers. So we're going to start at one end of the tail. I've got a nozzle here that I want to trim off. So on this one I'm using, these aren't very good scissors, 260, 2 fingers maybe on inflated. We're hopefully going to use the whole of this if I've worked it out right. So I'm going to probably, what's that, a span and 3 fingers, about 12 inches or so. And I'm going to wrap that into the pinch twist at the bottom. So that first part is part of the tail. And then I'm going to come up the side of the body. And how tight you want these into the body is up to you, but I try and make them as tight as possible, and then wrap that around the neck. So that becomes one side, and this will become the other. You can rearrange the head in a second. Back down, again, work out where you want that to be, and then wrap that into the pinch twists at the bottom. Now, we should have the wings, and again, what we'll do with the head, just rearrange that collar just to straighten him up a bit. And the feet look a little bit funny at the moment. What we're going to do is take that pinch twist and pop it between the feet, and then the tail will stick out of the back. So I'm going to turn those around between the feet. And then the tails are out the back. I'm just going to give that a bit of a curl, a bit of a bend. Okay, you can spend a bit more time on that. So we've got 2 tail feathers at the back, and our bird is nearly complete. Okay, so all I need to do now is just add the final tail feather, which I've got here. Again, about the same length, and I'm just going to tie that into the pinch twist and the feet at the bottom. Set it all up. And there we have it. Bow Beaky. Easy to make, relatively, once you get going. Once you've had a bit of practice. The skills aren't that complex, but again, it's putting them all together in the right order. Hope you've enjoyed watching this, and have fun.